find yourself being stalked by a sadistic clown whose hobbies include butchering people in the most gruesome ways possible, would you manage to escape? Well, you're wrong, and in this video, I'm going to go through the movie Terrifier, look at the decisions made, and show you that even if you made different choices, that you would still end up dead. We start off with Dawn and Tara, who are arguing whether Dawn is sober enough to drive them home. If you have to ask that question, then obviously the answer is no. And as they are arguing, a clown straight out of hell carrying a garbage bag walks up and starts staring at them like this. Tara is at least somewhat freaked out, but Blondie here is too drunk and just acts like it's funny. Even if this wasn't some kind of demonic, unkillable hellbeast that is staring at you and it was just some weird dude dressed like a clown, she should still take this seriously. But given that it's Halloween night and they're drunk, I could see why some people would just start laughing and think it's just someone messing with them. But of course, that's how you end up tied up in somebody's basement. So the clown, whose name is Art, pulls a Jason Bourne and vanishes. Definitely another red flag. The girls go to a pizza place to eat and try to sober up a little for their drive home when our dear friend Art walks in and starts staring at them again. To be fair, I don't think it really mattered where they went to. I think he would have followed them no matter what. It's just unfortunate for the guys working at this restaurant who gets dragged into this situation. Let's see if Art here can ease the tension in the room right now. Nope, that makes it worse. You want to try again? Okay, let's see what you got. That's not any better. Okay, that's a little better, but still pretty weird. Okay, you just made it worse again.
I think we should get our food to go.
Yeah, maybe forget the food and call the cops. I know that he hasn't done too much yet, but I think they can make a pretty good case for stalking since he was staring at them outside, then followed them in here and continued to stare at them. Even if they can't arrest him for anything, they can at least hold him up for a while so that they can leave without being followed. This blonde chick has no situational awareness at all. Again, I know that she is drunk, but nothing would sober me up faster than this guy mean mugging me. Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't kill her right here. He gets a ring out of this gumball machine and puts it on Tara's finger, and this is Dawn's reaction.
Not for nothing, but that's the nicest thing a guy has done for you all night.
Seriously? What the fuck?
She is really checking all the boxes for the dumb blonde stereotype right now.
You two okay?
Oh, he's harmless.
Why the fuck would she think that this guy is harmless?
What, did you think he was gonna hack me up into little pieces or something?
2 big pieces, actually. I think that most people would get the hell out of here, but actually, as you will see later, leaving the restaurant is a bad idea. Sticking together where there are other people around would have been their best bet, but most people's instincts would have them run back to their car, so most of you would likely end up dead in this situation. Shortly after the restaurant owner kicks Art out for doing unspeakable things to his bathroom, the girls decide to go back to Dawn's car, still joking about the situation, only to discover that Dawn has a flat tire. It's unclear if Art slashed her tire or maybe Dawn ran over something, but my money is on Art. He probably slashed her tire so that she couldn't leave while he goes back to deal with those pizza guys. Tara calls her sister to come pick them up, still not realizing the danger they're in. They should just say fuck the car and then run away as fast as they can, although he would probably still end up finding them and killing them both. As for the guys in the pizzeria, I don't think there was much they could do. They didn't make any horrible choices except for the guy trying to answer the phone while Art was chasing him, but again, he was pretty much screwed no matter what he did. I wanted to say that Tara was smarter than Blondie, but following this guy inside this creepy ass building in the middle of the night because you have to pee is pretty stupid. Looks like Art's handiwork.
Guy's even weirder looking than the clown was.
No, he's definitely not. And splitting up like this is really dumb. She finally realizes the danger that she's in when she hears the police are looking for a clown who murdered 2 people. Not sure how they know it's a clown they're looking for. My guess is someone walking into the pizza place found the 2 dead guys and called the cops. But it seems awful fast for the cops to show up and watch the footage. I don't know, it just seems a bit quick for there to already be a warning on the radio. If you look at the picture on her phone, it's clearly different than the photo that she took. It seems like Art was somehow able to manipulate the picture on her phone. Dear Lord, she didn't even lock her doors. Not that this would have saved her, but still, she could at least take the slightest safety precautions. Honestly, I'm amazed that she didn't receive her Darwin Award long before this point. 20 years was a good run for her. Tara finally gets done with her marathon pee to hear this sound. and of course she decides to go and follow it. As she gets closer, the sound gets even worse and starts to leave when she bumps into this crazy ass woman who thinks the baby doll is her child. As Tara makes her way to the exit, she runs into her fiance, Art, who has blood on him, although not very much considering how he murdered those two guys at the pizza place earlier, and a scalpel in his hand. This is definitely a Code Brown moment if there ever was one. She runs away, and of course she has to fall down because it is a horror movie after all. She hides behind a car as Art is looking for her. Here's a rule to remember: if you can see them, then they can probably see you. Pick a better hiding spot. He clearly knows that she is there and is just messing with her. See, here he is. After getting your calf shredded like this, you're definitely not running anywhere. For some reason, he drops the scalpel to try to strangle her, so she manages to grab it and stab him, allowing her to escape momentarily. How does he not find her here? I have to assume that he's just messing with her again. She makes it back to the exit to find that it's been chained up. So here she has two options. One, she can either run to the door making a ton of noise trying to shake the chains loose, or two, she could quietly look for another way out. Take a guess on what she will choose. Did you guess option 1? Well, congratulations, you are correct. Your grand prize is not being brutally murdered by a sadistic clown tonight. If you do happen to be murdered by a clown tonight, I hold no liability. You are responsible for your own poor choices. Tara finds a guy who let her into the building earlier and starts screaming for help. He clearly can't hear her, but she just stands there screaming until Art grabs her. I don't know, maybe continue running up to the guy? Art injects her with God knows what, and she wakes up duct taped to a chair. Well, once she gets to this point, she is royally screwed. She is not getting out of this mess. Unless, of course, he is busy killing your friend in the worst way possible, giving her a chance to break free. I can't really show what he does here on YouTube, but I will give a brief description. He takes a rusty saw blade and begins to cut her in half, starting from her, nether regions and working all the way down to her head. If you are squeamish, I don't recommend watching this movie. She manages to get free and stab Art, but of course instead of repeatedly stabbing him until he is no longer moving, she just runs away. Tara surprises Art with a little 2x4 love. After she has beaten him to the ground, once again not finishing him off by caving in his head, she just starts yelling at him, waiting on him to get back up for their final showdown. Tara made the classic mistake of bringing a 2x4 to a gunfight. Rookie move. I see Art the Clown as a man of culture. He understands the rule of the double tap. Victoria, Tara's sister, finally shows up. Sadly for her, Art has Dawn's phone, and he tells her that Tara is sick and to come around back. Obviously, she should not go into this creepy-ass building in the middle of the night, but it's not like that she could have known that Art had just brutally murdered them both and is planning a similar fate for her. This woman tries very unconvincingly to warn the guy who let Tara in earlier. He does start to call someone, but it doesn't work out well for him. This is weird.
I swear to God, if this is a prank, I'm gonna kill you both.
Sorry, Art beat you to it. She finds Dawn's body and starts running, but she hears the crazy lady scream and thinks it's Tara and goes after her. Yeah, most people would probably go after their sibling here, but that's just one more time that you would end up dead. After the Art surprise, Victoria runs away and starts screaming out a window before hiding inside this big cupboard right next to where she was screaming. I guess shitty hiding places runs in the family. Oh look, he found you. What a shocker. Luckily for her, the guy that the Baldy called earlier shows up and starts honking the horn because all the doors are locked and he can't get in. Which makes me wonder how Victoria got inside and then couldn't get back out the way she came in. He starts to leave, but decides to go check under a mat for the key, which of course is there. Should have just went home, buddy. After ignoring red flags that say time to get the hell out of here that include, but is not limited to, a mop falling over by itself, bloody footprints, and a creepy ass doll covered in blood, he gets a knife to the head, then decapitated. Yes, after all this time, and knowing that Art knows where she is, this bitch is still in the cupboard. That will earn her a few more points on the death meter. She finally leaves the cupboard to find Art riding around on a tricycle. As noisy as possible, she starts sneaking around looking for a way out. And because Art clearly knew where she was the entire time, he grabs her from behind, trying to smother her with a plastic bag, which of course took her a comically long amount of time to figure out that she can rip it. She then stabs Art in the foot and runs while Art gives her the finger. Wait, this guy is still alive? I definitely thought he was dead. Victoria finally gets reunited with her long-lost sister. I wonder if he put the circus sign on her because of how awful her attempt to escape from him was. I realize it's sad finding your sibling like this, but sitting here crying and just waiting for Art to show up is really stupid. Luckily for her, Saitama shows up just in time to save her. I don't think I need to explain how unlikely it is for someone to show up just in time to stop you from being brutally murdered, do I? No? Okay, moving on. They get into a room and lock the door. They actually do get to call the police, but instead of barricading the door and waiting for the guys with guns to show up, they try to leave. This is really stupid and leads to Saitama getting curb stomped. Maybe turn around and use that on Art? There's no way that would break the lock. Plot armor pushes her out the door, but instead of running as fast as she can away, she traps herself in another building. As Art is taunting her with a little honking, he pulls another Jason Bourne. Then, as you hear sirens in the distance, and it looks like our final girl has made it, Art drives a truck through the door, hitting Victoria. Them some dope tunes. The cops show up as Art is having his way with Victoria, and in a surprising turn of events, Art tries self-deletion. The cops discover that Victoria is still alive, and it turns out that she was the mangled girl on the talk show at the beginning of the movie.
Sweetheart, I've been doing this 22 years. All right, once you've seen an 8-month-old microwave to death, everything else is just old hat.
Well, alrighty then. As the coroner begins to take a look at Art, the lights start flashing and the phones start ringing. Then suddenly everything stops and Art grabs the coroner, choking him to death. Well, now that I went through the movie, I'm going to rate everyone on the death meter. I rate everyone on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the best score and 10 being the worst. Let's start with Tara. She had some pretty bad situational awareness at the beginning. She was creeped out right away by Art, but didn't have enough sense to know exactly how much danger she was in. Choosing to leave the pizza place was a bad idea. I think even if they had stayed, it wouldn't have turned out great for them, but staying there together would have been a much better decision than walking back to Dawn's car in the dark. Once they get back to Dawn's car and see the flat tire, splitting up and going into this creepy warehouse because she had to pee was really dumb. Just take your friend's advice and pee in the street if you can't hold it. But if you just have to go inside, at the very least, make your friend come with you. Creepy clowns aside, you don't know who this guy is. On our way out, following a creepy noise is also a classic horror movie mistake. I'm gonna have to dock some points for that too. Especially since if she didn't get held up by the crazy cat lady, she might have made it back out before Art blocked her exit. But to be fair, we don't know exactly how long he was standing there. He could have been there either way. I'm also going to have to dock some more points for her terrible hiding skills and her failure to finish a kill. Once she was captured, there wasn't a lot she could do there. She only escaped because the plot demanded it. But once she escaped, she was able to stab Art and once again failed to finish him off. In the final showdown, she was able to snag several good hits with a 2x4, but for some reason when she had him on the ground, she just kept screaming for him to get up. When Art was like, "Psych bitch, you brought wood to a gunfight." Maybe I should not keep docking points for making the same mistake over and over again, but I'm going to. I'm going to give Tara a solid 8 out of 10 on the death meter. Next, let's talk about Blondie. First, she wanted to drive home while completely hammered. It's obvious why that's stupid. Then when Art shows up, she just finds it funny, not at least being on edge when being stalked by Pennywise's albino cousin. When Art comes into the pizza place, she still thinks it's funny and goes to sit on his lap and take a selfie. Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't gut her on the spot. When he forces a ring onto Tara's finger, she is still just making jokes. I realize that she is still drunk, but nothing would sober me up faster than a creepy clown with a bloody mouth stalking me. Once they get back to her car and see that they have a flat tire in the middle of the night in what looks like a pretty sketchy neighborhood, you would think that that would put her on high alert, but nope.
Keep looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, you should be too. I said this earlier, but splitting up here is really stupid. If your friend insists on going into that dark, creepy warehouse to pee, you should go together. That wouldn't necessarily save them, but it's still better than facing him alone. I'm also going to dock points for not locking her car door while she was waiting for Tara. I'm going to cut her some slack and only give her a 9 out of 10 on the death meter because she was hammered, otherwise I would have given her a perfect score. The two guys in the pizza place, I'm just going to lump them in together. They didn't do anything terribly wrong except for when the dude tried to answer the phone while being attacked. I'm just going to give them an average rating of 5 out of 10 on the death meter. Next, let's take a look at Saitama. When the crazy cat lady ran up on him trying to warn him, he should have listened, but I can understand why he didn't. She is batshit crazy. But once he did call someone, I'm not sure why he decided to call his boss, I guess that's who that was, instead of the police. But no matter who he called, he was always going to get blindsided. Later, he attacked Art and at least momentarily saved Victoria, but nobody except for Art in this movie ever finishes a kill, so that's going to cost him. Also, his decision to leave that room after they called the cops instead of barricading the door and just waiting was mind-numbingly stupid. A choice that led to him getting curb stomped and Victoria getting her face eaten off, so I'm going to have to give him a 9 out of 10 on the death meter. Now let's take a look at Saitama's boss. He didn't have much of a chance, but he did follow bloody footprints that led straight to a creepy doll, then Art finished him off very quickly, so I would just give him a 6 out of 10 on the death meter. Okay, next up is the crazy cat lady. She did try to go and get help, and I can't fault her too much for not running away. I mean, she did think that was her child that Art was holding. The thing that just screwed her was just being nuts. So I'll just give her an arbitrary rating of 5 out of 10 on the death meter. Next up, Victoria. When she first arrived, she should have called Dawn's phone instead of doing everything over text. If she did that, she might have seen that something was wrong. Also, once she found Dawn, I don't know why she didn't call 911 right away. Her phone was in her hand, but then she heard a scream and ran towards it, although she did think it was her sister. I want to point out that it doesn't show her losing her phone. She just sort of didn't have it anymore when she was running away. Her hiding skills are also extremely bad. After Art found her, but then left to go deal with Saitama's boss, it took her forever to leave her spot and try to escape. After she finds her sister, she just sits there crying. I get that it's sad, but when you have a killer clown chasing you, ain't nobody got time for that. The only reason she didn't die right there is Baldy Ex Machina coming out of nowhere to save her. I know it was Saitama's decision to leave that room, but she could have at least tried to convince him to stay, so I'm going to put part of the blame on her as well. Running into that other building and cornering herself yet again was another really poor choice. She doesn't seem quite as bad as the other two girls to me though, so I'm just going to give her a 7 out of 10 on the death meter. The coroner didn't really do anything wrong, he just happened to be the guy that was there when Art was reviving himself, so I would just give him an average rating of 5 out of 10. So what did you guys think of the video? If you enjoyed it, please consider hitting that subscribe button and leaving a like helps a lot. Also, let me know down below how you would have fared against Art the Clown. And remember, Ronald McDonald is not your friend.
いつでもそこにマクドナルド